Hello viewers, welcome to YouTube channel Lex Consilium Foundation. Playlist going strong. With us here today is Commodore Ranjit Rai, a naval author, a well-known naval historian, and a very distinguished officer of Indian Navy, having occupied the prestigious appointments of Director of Naval Intelligence, Director of Naval Operations, and Defense Attaché at Singapore. Welcome here, Commodore Ranjit. Today, I would request you to speak about Admiral RKS Ghandhi. Now, who had the distinction, he took part in Goa operations, 65 war, as well as 71 Indo-Pak war, and was later selected to be the Lieutenant Governor of Goa. So please speak about him.
Thank you, General. You are doing a wonderful job for history. If Les Colosseum is not seen today, in years ahead, when researchers see India, Vikshat Bharat 1947,
Yes.
and they're researching the armed forces and the elderly, they will see this as golden treasure. But to speak about Admiral Rustam Khawas Gandhi is an absolute pleasure. I came to know him and served under him for a short period, but more than that, he was the most colorful officer of the Indian Navy. Admiral Gandhi began his career and was serving under Admiral Krishnan, one of the most brilliant officers and one of the strategists of the 1971 war and the use of the missile boats, whom I came to see very closely as commanding officer of INS Vikrant. Of course, a young officer can make judgments because when you're serving under an officer, you are trying to emulate the same good qualities of him. And I would say it was a privilege to emulate the best qualities of Admiral RKS Gandhi. Because Admiral RKS Gandhi went to England and did the Whale Island Gunnery course. He was in competition with another person, Kirpal Singh, a brilliant officer who became a rear admiral but had to leave the Navy and went into business. Admiral Gandhi, Vir Chakra, PVSM, has commanded many ships. Ranjit, when he was commanding Kukri, he was in F-12
Yes.
under Captain Rajendra. I was on board Captain Rajendra's ship, Kutar, and my colleague, who later became Vice Admiral, Lieutenant P.V.S. Das, was on Kukri. And we midshipmen were invited on board. Sorry, we sub-lieutenants. I was gunnery officer. We were invited to his house in Juhu.
Okay.
He married rich, but he was rich. He had a Jaguar, and he said, I will come to meet you at the Jews station. We
Okay.
took the train. We were on Kukri, Kirpan, Qatar, and we took the train and went to Juhu. We had with us an upper yardman, Bakshish Singh, who was serving under Admiral Gandhi as a commander. He decided that we should have chart. So we had chart waiting for Admiral Gandhi. Admiral Gandhi came in his Jaguar, picked us up. We went home. Mrs. Bubbles Gandhi served us a 5-course dinner on the table.
Okay.
After the third course, Bakshish Singh looked at us, looked at me, and said, Ma'am, sorry, we cannot eat much. We have had chart. So if you want to understand Admiral Gandhi, he
Yes.
got up and he said, Get out of my house. I invite you, and you have gone and had chart.
Yes.
We apologized profusely.
Yes.
He dropped us back. So therefore, I can tell you all his commands were the same way. When he was commanding Betwa of the Goa operation,
Yes.
he sank Albuquerque. But when he sank Albuquerque and made aground, he immediately went to the captain who was in hospital, captain of Albuquerque. I was on Mysore in the officers' rowing team. He was commanding officer Betwa. My captain was Captain Cameron, who was, we considered the world, but we respected Commander Betwa. He had such characters of morale that he told his sailors, I will feed you well.
Okay.
He fed them better. The officers' team of Mysore lost only to Betwa, which won the cock, the sailing regatta. Then came the 1971-65 war. He took part in the 65 war. 71 war, he was the flag captain on board Mysore, with Admiral Kurella as the fleet commander. He was ready to go to Karachi. They had
Okay.
even given him a missile boat. But unfortunately, the fleet operations officer, just before the 4th, and when Mrs. Gandhi declared war, had seen a plane and feared that the fleet has been caught. Fleet captain was pretty upset, but Admiral Corvella, after discussing, did not go towards Karachi. And
Right.
therefore, Admiral Nanda was wild with Admiral Kohli, who set Operation Trident from
Yes.
Oka. And so Admiral Gandhi was part of that operation. Then he
Okay.
became a rear admiral, commanded the Eastern Fleet.
Right.
And I still remember the signal he made when he handed over the Eastern Fleet to Admiral Painter.
Okay.
I hand you over an operational fleet. Try Chief Petty Officer Bhattacharya's lobster thermidor.
Okay.
What a man he was. After that, he became Chief of Personnel. When
Okay.
I got to know him very well because he called me. I had come back from Staff College, appointed to Staff College in Wellington, but General Settler flew down that he doesn't want any more Royal Navy officers. They don't know exit Tizul. They don't know anything about Kunur. They don't know naval methods, army methods. So I was appointed away. He said to me, Ranjit, you have had white appointments. Go to Vizag, which was a
Okay.
forsaken appointment. But that was Admiral Gandhi. He would have become the Chief of Naval Staff. He was senior to Admiral Dawson, but the rumors say that Mrs. Gandhi had come to know Admiral Dawson as a lieutenant when he was ADC, and therefore he became. And he was also the flag lieutenant to Admiral Mountbatten, Governor General of India. That
Right.
friendship endures, and we will not speak more of it because there is so much written of the affection that Admiral Mountbatten had that as a rear admiral, India appointed Gandhi as the naval advisor in High Commission in London to
Okay.
get support of the Royal Navy. And we got those ships, the B class, the K class, and others from England.
Right.
Admiral Gandhi's contribution, and you have already mentioned, he later became the lieutenant governor, and his daughter, Delna, went on to Burma Shell in the top position. Son became a lecturer in a university, and he
Okay.
lived in Dolphin Apartments, where I became his neighbor in
Right.
Oyster Apartments in Bombay.
Okay.
That was the Red Sox, colorful Admiral
Yes.
RKS Ghandhi Vir Chakra.
Thank you very much. And viewers, stay with us. This conversation with Commodore Ranjit Rai would continue.